Hey YouTube, Ben Ochart here, and let's take a look at what those new fish that I put in the tank behind me. Let's take a look at what I put in there, and a little bit of a closer look. I introduced you to them in the live feed, but they were just swimming behind me, so we couldn't take really that close of a look. So let's go ahead and look a little closer and see what we've got. I was expecting a delivery on Friday before 10 a.m. and I happened to be working from home, and I just finished feeding the tanks in the living room, and the doorbell rang, and I had a pretty good idea that that was probably Federal Express with their overnight delivery. So I walked out to the porch, and I had a little Christmas moment as the FedEx truck drove off. There was my box from Live Fish Direct. And as you can see, pretty good sized box. What he sent me were 4 good sized fish, and I needed fish that were adult males for that large 150. And you can see here, the problem with unboxing videos, of course, is you can't see much of the fish when they're in the bag. But he sent me a fire red hap, and he also included in the box 3 other beautiful fish, all of them around 5 inches. Here we have the red empress. Again, a good sized fish. And when I was pulling them out of the box, I was thinking, well, these are pretty good size. But of course, when you see them in the tank, you'll appreciate how big the fish are that are already in there. And here's an imperial tiger, and different from the tangerine tiger. I actually like the color of the imperial tiger a little more, and I've never had one before, so I was anxious to get one of those. And he also sent me a borealii, but this is the one that has it's a quad. It's more of an orange body, and of course that means nothing when you're looking through a foggy bag. There's one right there, and there's another one. They came out of the bag with nice and blue in the face, and look at the red in this one's body, beautiful. They've been in the tank for a day, and for those of you who watch the live feed, because of what I have available, I had to put them directly into the tank, contrary to my normal routine. And for those of you that are ragging on me about it, I agree. It's not ideal, and I'm certainly not suggesting that any of you do it. There's the borealii, very pretty fish. They're all congregating in the back there in the corner. There's that imperial tiger, very pretty. And surprisingly, there hasn't been a lot of scuffles. At first, they got the usual greeting that new fish get when they are added to a tank. They were chased around a little bit, not so much by the tank boss, but more by the ones that are in the lower pecking order, like this guy here, the eye biter, and the fusco, and interestingly enough, the Plastidochromis johnsoni. They feel a little more threatened, I believe, than the other fish, and even the Taiwan reef got into it a little bit, giving these fish a greeting. But for the most part, it's been a pretty smooth transition. I am treating the tank with API General Cure, just to make sure that nothing in the stress of being transported here is causing any problems. So that's what was in the box, and those were from Josh Davis over at Live Fish Direct, and wish me luck. I do not add fish directly to a tank. Don't suggest that you do. Because of the circumstances I was in and the opportunity, I had to go ahead and add them to this tank but everybody's looking good, and I am treating with API General Cure, so I think I'm going to end up okay. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to do a slight water change in this tank behind me, as well as 2 other tanks. And thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that bell and sub and comment and all that good stuff. And for those of you who have joined me on my Coffee and Cichlid live feeds on Saturday, thank you so much for joining in on those. It's very appreciated, and I appreciate the support, the super chats, and all that good stuff that you've been doing. Okay, thank you so much.